Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Table Talk. I'm your host, Jake Combs, and tonight we're taking a look at Dreadfleet. Now, as you can see, the box has been opened. Those that saw the last video, it was in its original packaging. So this is still everything new in the box, but we've only simply opened it. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, looking at the models, I mean, right off the bat, there is a ton of detail. And for those that either play or were interested in Armada, simply because it is a game that's like Dreadfleet in basic mechanics or concept at least, but more because it's still supported. Definitely one thing you're going to note is that there is a ton more detail on these miniatures than on those. So like right here, we do see the Shade Wraith, which is actually featured right here on the side of the box. The Black Kraken, which looks like that's this right here. Kind of looks like a mechanical Kraken. And then we have, let's see, this right here looks like that's the Curse of Zendri. And then we have this thing right here that looks kind of like a giant decaying anglerfish, I believe is what they're called. The ones with the kind of light bulb hanging off the top of their head. But instead of the light bulb, it's basically a prow and a bell. But definitely a ton of detail just right there alone. This right here is most of the sails. We have two more of the ships. So right here we have the dwarf ship. Here, I'm guessing maybe a chaos related ship. This one definitely looks like it might be a Ulthuan or the Dark Elves, assuming that this does take place during the Old World, which I believe it does. If it doesn't, though, that's definitely going to be very interesting. This one, basically, it's got a castle on it, and it looks very much like maybe the Vampire Counts or something along those lines. But a ton of detail there. Here we have the bases. They're already textured. And then just need to paint them a similar color as the mat to really stand out or to really blend in. And then we have the terrain itself. Like right here we have a castle, we have some skeleton giant rocks, or not skeleton but skulls, and we got our measuring sticks as well, and all of it just has so much detail. Very impressive. I mean, this game has been around for quite a while, but from what I understand, there's been no expansions or other releases for it. Here we have our D6s. One of them is red. We have a cloth mat for playing the game on. We have two small decks of cards, one bigger deck of cards. Our card sleeves, or not sleeve, but Ziploc bags to store things. And then we have our rule book. And it looks like the box itself is actually our assembly instructions. So let's go ahead and take a look at the other sides. Like, so there's the Helden Hammer, which that was actually the one when I was looking at it, I thought it might have been like chaos related. But that being the Helden Hammer definitely is going to be Empire, Cities of Sigmar, if this is Age of Sigmar related. We have the Swordfish, the Sea Drake. So the Sea Drake was the one that I thought looked like it would go with Ulthuan because of the dragons and the general shape of it. The Swordfish definitely looks to be basically a Dark Elves maybe themed. Scabrous was the one that looked like the anglerfish. We have Castle Island, the Bloody Reaver, Flaming Scimitar, Curse of Xandri, the Black Kraken, and the Shade Wraith, which we had already looked at before. Definitely a lot of cool looking ships, a lot of really great looking terrain. Definitely cannot wait to dive into this and get playing it and building it. This has been one of those games that I never thought that I would actually be able to get in a condition where I could actually build and paint it. Because simply there's been no re-releases, there's been no reprints, nothing like that of the sort, and the fact that pretty much nobody I've met was ever wanting to let it go, and so really surprised me when during the mercenary market when I did see this available for trade, and so very, very excited. So definitely going to be towards the top of the pile, and as soon as I do get around to painting this and building it, you guys will be right there along with me for updates as well. So definitely some cool things coming down the pike for that, things to look forward to. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have yourselves a great night.